Okay, hello everybody. In this video, I will be solving Computer Science AS level paper 29608 region 2 task number 3. Okay, I'll be doing task number 3 today. I'll just open up task number 3. Get this out of the way. Okay, this is task number 3. Okay, task number 3 deals with text files, file handling. A text file is used to store the following membership information for a sports club. Okay, I'll have linked this pre-release material, a PDF of the pre-release material in the download section, in the description down below, and you should have this pre-release material paper next to you, and you should start a program called Visual Basic. I have a tutorial on how to install Visual Basic on both Windows and Mac, so please do check that out. And I'm gonna go up over here, and I'm gonna start a new project. I'm gonna press this button, and I'm gonna select Console Application, because that's what we're required to know. I'm just going to wait for it to load. It's loading. I'm going to read the question. So, a text file is used to store the following membership information for a sports club: name, member ID, number. Same format as used in task 2.2. I've covered task 2.2 and task 2.3 in previous videos. Please do check them out. Okay, so the task 3.1 states, write program code to create a text file containing membership data for a number of sports club members. The user will input data for several members. The program will save each data item on a new line of file. Okay, on a new line of file, this tells us something. This tells us that I'll just get to it in a minute, but I'll read the question once again. Write program code to create a text file containing membership data for a number of sports club members, meaning we will save their name and their member ID. The user will input data for several members. The program will save each data item on a new line of file. Okay, so they will save the name and the member ID and on a new line of file. Okay, I'll show you how to attempt this. I'm gonna increase my font to 125. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do is basically we need to create a file. To create a file, we don't have to know how to create a file. In Visual Basic, if you use the command file open, okay, and then you do this, and then you do 1, which means that you are opening file 1 in this program, in this virtual environment. This is your first file. You have assigned number to this file. Okay, you've done that, and then you type the comma, and then you're gonna open a double quotation mark, and you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna save this file somewhere. Where am I gonna save it? Let's say I'm gonna save it to desktop, and I'm gonna create a new folder on the desktop, and I'm gonna say task 3. Okay, task 3, and inside I'm gonna go and say, okay, so I'm gonna save my membership information over here. So I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Okay. C colon backslash user backslash fez backslash desktops backslash task3, and now I'm gonna do another backslash, and I'm gonna enter the name of a text file. It can be abc.txt, it can be member data, it can be club data, okay. So this you can name yourself. Okay, so this is my location, and this right here is my text file. Okay, this is where I'm gonna save my information, and this is the location of the text file. Okay, right now I'm gonna close the double quotations, I'm gonna put another comma, and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say open mode dot append, and I'm gonna close the bracket. Okay, now I'll tell you what this means. File open, I opened a file. In Visual Basic, it is not necessary for there to be a file to open it. If there is no file, Visual Basic will create a file. Okay? If there is already a file, it will open that file. Okay? So if I say file open and then I say an integer value 1, so I say file open 1. This is my first file, and then I put a comma, and then I say, and then I open a double quotation, and then I type the location where I want to save a file, and then I'm gonna say, and then I'm going to name the text file. Okay, I'm gonna say clubdata.txt. This can be your choice, whatever you want to name it, but you have to type .txt. That's necessary. And then comma, and then you're gonna say open mode dot append. What does that mean? When I was reading the question, I said, I read this, the program will save each data on a new line of file. I read this, and what this means is save one block of data, then save the next block of data on the next line. Open mode dot append means it'll take inputs and will save each input on a new line of file. This is what append means. Okay, open mode. The way in which I'm going to open this file is going to be append to keep stacking information. Okay, that's what this means. Right now, I've just opened my file. Okay, that's all I've done. And if you can just bear with me a second, and I'll show you what this command did. Okay, I opened File Explorer, and I'll go to C. I'll go to C. This is my C drive. Then I'm gonna go to Users. Then I'm gonna go to Users. Then I'm gonna go to I'm the user. Then I'm gonna go to Desktop. Then can you see task 3? So I'm going to go to task 3, and you see there's nothing over here. There's nothing over here. I'm going to show you what I mean when I say if there's no file, Visual Basic will create a file. Okay, I'm going to play this right now. See, as I played this, as I ran this command, Visual Basic saw that there is no clubdata.txt present. So it is going to create a clubdata.txt for me. I don't need to create a file. Visual Basic will do that for me just by using this command. Okay, so I just opened the file. This file is empty as of now. I can't even open it because it's being used. Okay, notepad. Okay, it's not being used right now. Okay, So I have successfully created my file and I've named it clubdata.txt. Mind you, in the exam, you will not have to type all of this. Okay. This is going to be what will be typed in my exam, in your exam. I won't have to type the location of the file, but because I want to show you what happens inside the file, how things get saved, I'll specify the location. Okay, but in the exam we're going to type this. This is exactly how we're going to open a file in the exam. Right now we're going to do this. Okay, so I successfully created my file, and now task 3.1 tells me to save name and member ID. Okay, so I'm gonna say member ID, member name. This is my variable, and console. I'm gonna say please input By now you should know what console.writeLine and console.readLine is. If you still don't, you should go on to an introduction to Visual Basic video that I made, or you can go to task 1.2 because I explained these functions in rather detail. Okay, please input name. Okay, and then I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna go like member name is equals to console.writeLine, console.readLine, sorry. Okay, my variable member name is not declared or initialized, so I'm going to declare it. I'm sorry, dim member name as string, and member name is equals to, I told you how to initialize a string variable. So this is how you initialize a string variable. This is an empty string. Okay, this is a string that I want to print to the screen, and whatever console.readLine does is it's going to read from the screen and it's going to put it inside member name. Okay, now I'm gonna say member name. Now I want to input member ID, so I'm gonna say console WriteLine, please input member ID. Close it, and then I'm gonna say member ID is equals to console.readLine. Member ID is not declared or initialized, so I'm going to declare it. You should write all of what I'm writing with me because it's going to help you out a lot at practice. Okay, I did my declaration and initializations. Now I'm gonna say console. Okay, I've taken both inputs, and now I have to write to the file. So I'm gonna say WriteLine to what? To file 1, and what do I have to write? First, I have to write member name. That's it. That's one line of file. I saved right here I saved member name in one line of file. Okay, and now I'm going to say write line in file number 1, and what do I have to enter now? Member ID. Okay, so that's member ID in the next line of file. Okay, so this is my program. Okay, I have taken inputs. I've taken 2 inputs. I've taken name and I've taken ID, and I've written to the file member name and member ID. This is what happens. This is write line is a function that is a command that is going to write this variable to the file and this variable to the file, this variable in one line and this variable in one line. Okay, I'm going to show you how that works, but now what's going to happen is after I enter one name and one member ID, it's going to halt. The program is going to end. But in the question, it says the user will input data for several members. It says so right over here. I'll show you. The user will input data for several members. So we have to this program will have to run a lot of times. So we're gonna have to make a system that in which the program goes in loops until the user inputs a specific key to exit this program. Okay, I'll just explain to you what I said again. See, I want this to be recursive. I'm gonna want it to ask me to input the name again and then the member ID again once I've done it. So I can do this 2 times or 3 times. I'll show you. If I do this right now, if I enter David and I enter the member ID for David as DAV123. After I press enter right now, this program will end. Okay, and what did this program do? It wrote the string inside double quotations to the file. This is what the program did. But it's not recursive. It's not asking me for another user ID, another user ID. So I wanted to ask me to go again and again. So for that, I have to do a while loop, and I'm gonna end the while right over here. So this is my, end while. Okay, this is my while loop. Okay, now I'm gonna say, for example, it saved it, and now I want to say, okay, console. Bear with me for a second. I'll just show you how it works. Console.writeLine, please. If you wish to try again, press any key. Or to exit, press XXX. So to exit this program, if the user enters XXX 3 times, the program is going to end. So for this, I'm going to say try again. While try again is not equals to a string XXX, and I'm gonna declare and initialize try again right now. I'm gonna say wait, I'll tell you where try again is used. Okay, right now over here, I printed to the screen. If you want to try again, press any key, or to exit, press XXX. So we have to input this, whatever, we have to input XXX. So to input XXX, we're going to use the variable try again. Okay, this is my variable, and I'm going to input from the keyboard. So I'm going to say console dot read line. Okay, so I'm going to read if the user typed XXX. If the user typed XXX, then the program will end. But if the user typed any other key, the program will not end. It'll keep repeating. It'll keep repeating. Okay, so this I'm going to declare dim try again as string. Try again is equals to an empty loop, an empty string, and this is try again. Okay, now I'll show you what the program does. This is my final program. Yes, now I'm done with it. You have to understand what this while is. While the value of try again is not equals to XXX, right here the value of try again will change. Okay, if I enter XXX into try again, the program will go to end while, and it'll go to while back again, and it checks if the value of try again is a triple X. If it's a triple X, it's going to end. It's not going to loop again. But if it's not triple X and it's anything like enter or A or B or C or whatever, it's going to go inside this loop. It's going to do everything again. Okay, I'll show it to you. Please input name. This is my first line. So I'm going to say David. I already did David Sang, so I'm going to say John, and his user ID, his member ID is JON123. Okay, whatever we're doing over here, that has nothing to do with the paper. This is just to check if we typed out the program right. In the paper, we just have to start from the declarations. We have to end over here, and that's all that we have to do in the paper. This is to check how the program works, if we've done it right. This is debugging, if we've written the program correctly to what we need. Okay, if I press enter right now, it's gonna save John to the file, John and JON123 to the file, and now it asks me, if you wish to try again, press any key. So I'm gonna press any key right now. I'm gonna press say D, and then I'm gonna enter, and then it goes back into the loop because try again has the value D right now, so it does not match with XXX. It's not XXX. Okay, so it's gonna go again, and it's gonna do the loop again. Okay, so I'm gonna type another name because that's what I want to do. I'm gonna say Ginger, and I'm gonna say GIN123. That's her member ID. I'm just coming up with this, and then I'm gonna enter, and now it asks me again. It's here. If you wish to try again, press any key, or to exit, press XXX. This time I'm gonna say, okay, I don't want to enter any more member name or member ID. I'm gonna type XXX, and once I press enter, you'll see that the program will exit. Okay, so that's what I wanted to happen. Okay, and now if I check the file, it's gonna say John123, Ginger, and Jin123. Okay, that's what I wanted to happen. This is the program. It worked out perfectly, flawlessly, This is what we have to do, and I hope you understood. If you don't understand anything, please do leave a comment. I will try my best to explain it again. I thought I was pretty clear. I don't know. Uh, you're the judge of that. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps a lot. And stay tuned for more videos. I'll be coming up with task 3.2 after this. Okay, thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.